Hello everybody, this is John Hopkins with Baltimore Heritage, and we're back with another of our 5-Minute Histories videos. And today I'm on North Avenue, North and Broadway, and we're going to talk about Baltimore's birthday. And if you're scratching your head wondering, why are you standing on North Avenue to talk about Baltimore's birthday? Well, the answer is the mural behind me. It celebrates our birthday. It's got row houses and marble steps, Preakness ponies, and it's got an inscription on it with the date July 30th, 1729. And that date has turned out to cause some confusion. In fact, the date we celebrate Baltimore's birthday in general has caused some confusion, and that's what we're going to dive into today. I'm thrilled that I'm going to be joined by Annie Milli, the Director of Live Baltimore, that great nonprofit organization that helps people move to Baltimore City. And they've been celebrating Baltimore's birthday for quite some time, and I'll let her talk about that. Before turning it over to Annie, let's jump into the birthday. Many of us know that the Great Seal of Baltimore has a date prominent on it, 1797. Well, that was the date that we were incorporated. That allowed us to pass laws separate from Baltimore County. But before that, we have another date, 1729. That's when a number of prominent Baltimore County residents got together and petitioned the General Assembly, the colonial General Assembly, to create Baltimore town. And they got their wish. We became a town with 60 buildable lots, 1 acre each. And then we did, well, not a lot. We did not exactly start off as a boom town. 15 years after we became a town, we annexed with Jonestown in 1745, and we got another 20 lots, and in total on all of those lots we had 20 buildings. We were putting up a building about 1 a year, not exactly a fast pace. We really didn't start booming until the 1750s. That's when a gentleman named Dr. John Stevenson began exporting flour to Ireland. It was high quality and rot resistant, and the Irish couldn't get enough of it. We were envisioned to start as a tobacco town. That didn't work, and we really became a flour town. So what about the birthdays? Well, the first time we celebrated our birthday, we used the 1797 date. And that was in 1897. A number of Baltimoreans celebrated our 100th birthday. They went to Clifton Park and tried to erect a flagpole and put up a Baltimore flag on it. But there were really high winds, and the flagpole kept toppling over, and they kind of gave up. An inauspicious start to our birthday celebration. The next big way we tried to celebrate was with Mayor William Donald Schaefer, and that was in 1979. And he used the 1729 date to celebrate our 250th anniversary. He had an enormous gala at the brand new Civic Center at that time. About 20 years later, Mayor Kurt Schmoke decided he wanted to celebrate our birthday, and that was in 1997. So he went back to using the 1797 date, which made it a little bit awkward because we were celebrating our 200th birthday about 20 years after we celebrated our 250th birthday. As a somewhat aside, on our crazy birthday celebrating, in 1976, when America was celebrating our bicentennial, we here in Baltimore celebrated under the leadership of City Council President Wally Orlinsky. He had a 69,000-pound birthday cake baked and shipped into the Inner Harbor on a barge. The only problem was that there was a huge thunderstorm and 3,000 pounds of icing washed into the harbor. We did set a Guinness Book of World Record for the biggest birthday cake, but it cost us $50,000. So it's had more than our fair share of ups and downs with our birthday celebrations. So let me wrap up with the date on the wall behind me, July 30th, 1729. And what's with that? Well, for many years, that was the exact date we used to celebrate. It's on the mural behind me. Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake used that date to send out birthday wishes. But a few years ago, a Baltimore researcher, Fred Shokin, researcher extraordinaire, did some digging, and he found out that July 30th was the date that the General Assembly passed the bill creating Baltimore town. But our Governor Benedict Leonard Calvert, didn't sign the bill until August 8th, 9 days later. And if you remember back to your civics class in grade school, it takes an act of the legislature and the signature of the executive for a bill to become a law. So the August 8th date has a lot going for it. But Mr. Shokin also found that when we became a town, we were enacted as Baltimore Town with an E instead of an I. And nobody's exactly sure why there was an E or when or why we switched to an I. So today we celebrate our birthday on a couple different dates, but I think we can be forgiven because we didn't even get our spelling right in the first place. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Annie Milli with Live Baltimore.
Thanks, Johns. Hi, I'm Annie Milli, Executive Director of Live Baltimore, and we are so excited to be a part of one of these Baltimore history, 5-minute history videos. Our team loves these videos. We've been watching them ever since the pandemic when they started. We used to watch them at lunchtime, and we are big fans, so it's a big deal for us to be here. It's also a big deal for us to be talking about Baltimore City's birthday, because we've been celebrating the city's birthday since 2014, when we decided it was time for the city to have an official birthday party. We started throwing the birthday party at the World Trade Center downtown in the Inner Harbor, and we had just about 200 guests join us for those first couple of years before the party got really big starting around 2018. And now the party moves around the city to a new location each year, and we welcome close to 1,000 guests. So we hope that you'll come out and join us to celebrate Baltimore and its birthday on the final Friday in July, which is the time that we've chosen to celebrate each year. And we would love to see you this year. So you can go to livebaltimore.com/bash to find out more about the party, its history, the food and the drinks, and the local dessert vendors who are going to be there serving you their version of Baltimore City's birthday cake, all of the local businesses that are going to be presenting presents to the city and to all of you, and everything else that you might want to know about the party, including where to get tickets. So that's livebaltimore.com/bash, and we hope to see you at this year's birthday celebration. Happy birthday, Baltimore! Showing the world what a great place Baltimore is to live.